Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am doing my October plan with me, and my theme is chandeliers and the old English font type. I really wanted to do this for this month because I didn't want to go with the typical Halloweenish theme. I thought that this would fit really great with it, and for some reason this just reminds me of October with the very gothic type of chandeliers from the olden times. And it all started with these chandeliers, and then I decided to add the old English type or font to it because I thought it fit really well with it. It's just chandeliers with candlesticks, and that's just basically the theme. And you see me here doing my first page, which was very intricate, and if you are going to do this, then maybe go for something that's a little bit simpler because this was a bit hard for me. And just because it's so small and you have to have a lot of crooks and crannies, but I wanted to do the chandelier and kind of push myself to do something a bit different. I've kind of done easier things these last couple of months, and I wanted to push myself for this month. So the pens that I am using are the Faber-Castell S and B pen, a Uniball pen, and one yellow Crayola super tip marker. The one thing I did not do in any of this is add any color. I didn't want any color for October. I didn't want to add any color in general. I just wanted the candle fire to be yellow, and I added them in there. They are very simple and easy to do, you know, when you have the dripping candlesticks. So I didn't want to add the color and have it take away from the whole idea of the chandelier, and that's why I didn't choose any colors. For my font, I actually ended up shading it in because I was going to just do a black bold, but then I decided that I wanted to give it a little bit of dimension, so I shaded in the areas where I thought would be kind of like spreading out. I don't know how to explain it. I know you can see it, but it's just a weird way to explain it. But again, I didn't add any color other than the candlesticks, which I will do at the end of my video. I wanted to do all the black first to see how it looked, and then I wanted to add the yellow to see if I actually wanted to add it or just leave it alone. This is my month at a glance, and it's very simple. I didn't do anything different. The only thing I did take out was my reminder and notes because I've noticed that I haven't used them a lot this few months. I just put all the things that I need to look at during the month at this month at a glance, and if I'm not using it, then I don't want to add it. I have them there just in case I do, but I didn't want to this time. This was inspired by, again, chandeliers, but I also wanted to include the candlesticks a lot more as well. So I did a candlestick holder looking gothic type. I say gothic, but it's not. It's like more dark Renaissance time on the right hand side over here, which you didn't see me do because this video is so long that I didn't want to add it. It's just a simple little candlestick that I got off The Sims because I liked it a lot. And all my chandeliers kind of mimic The Sims because I do play them every now and then. But if you know about The Sims, there's a module that you can add that's for like vampires and stuff, and that theme kind of struck with me while I was doing this bullet journal, so I thought it was really neat. I did a border around the whole month, which kind of represents for myself the very intricate picture frames that there were during that time. And I did it all in black, and then I went in with a Uniball pen and I gave it a little bit of design. Again, you don't have to do this. I think if you just draw this and then add a drop shadow and have the bold font, it also looks really great, but I'm a little extra and I decided to add something more to it because I wanted the theme to pop, and that's just me. But again, you don't have to do this. This is just a little bit more time consuming, and it is just a personal preference. Again, so you don't have to do it. Don't feel pressured into doing it. By the way, if any of you guys recreate any of my things, please be sure to tag me with Stacy Sketches. It is linked at the very end of this video, and it's also linked down below in my description box. I would love to see any of these recreations. It feels really good when somebody tags me and shows me that they've done something that's based on the theme that I did. You don't have to do it exactly, just tag me along. I'd love to see your work and see how you guys are creating your bullet journals. So be sure to tag me with Stacy Sketches, remember, it's at the end. But anyways, yes, you can see me now doing the uni ball pen. These are just little swirls that I did during that time. The intricate patterns of the edges of a picture frame were so amazing, but there was no way that I could have made a 20-minute video for you guys. I probably could have driven no, I'm not driving, so sorry, drawn it out, but I didn't have the time to do it myself either. So moving on to my trackers. These trackers I wanted to do for the longest time, but I never do them because I don't ever fill them in, and it makes me feel in some sort of way. These are the dripping or the extending trackers, where you are extending a certain amount of things in order for you to say what you did in that month. So I wanted to do the chandelier, and I only did the 2 dripping chandeliers to show you guys how I'll do it. The shorter the length, I'm not having a good day, the mood is bad. The longer the length, the better I'm having the mood. So I'm going to try to fill this in because I do want to see the chandelier completely filled in with the 31 days of October, but I never do them. It is the hardest thing for me to do. I don't know why. It's just something that about myself that I just don't do, which I think would be great to do, but I'm going to push myself to try to do it this month. If you haven't seen my other video where I talk about the bullet journal trackers and what types you can do, that is probably one of my older videos, but I think I'm going to remake it for you guys soon. I didn't have a very good camera at that time, so I'm going to redo that for you guys, but that's why I call it an extending tracker, because it's extending downward and you fill it in as you go. But anyways, moving on to my other trackers, I did these 4 picture frames next to them. And of course, I added this, what would you call it? A candlestick holder, you know, with the chandelier just dripping off of it. I just found a picture of one and I was like, why not include it? So I did that. And then I also don't fill in all my numbers because I realized that I have no theme color for this. I mean, I could include yellow or a lighter color, but I don't want to. So what I'm going to do is on the first one, I'm going to use a very light color in order to fill everything in. And as the days go by, I'm going to fill in the dates of all the days where I actually do accomplish the tracking. So that is going to be my way of actually tracking my days, where I actually put a number in for every day that I complete a task or a tracking thing. I've run out of words. I'm so sorry. It's not a good day for me. It's just one of those days where you just can't talk. But yeah, this is my trackers. I did go back and color in all 4 of my frames. So that's the simplest thing that I did on this one, because I didn't want to go back with my white Uniball pen. It was going to look too cluttered in there. So I didn't do it. I just did the little frames and that was it. And below I did like a nameplate, because, you know, when you go to a museum and you see these very intricate looking frames with a picture inside it, you normally have a little nameplate. So I decided to put the name of each tracking or tracking calendar, the name of it on that little plate, just so that I know which one it is, and I didn't want to put it just randomly on top. I didn't think that was very, in my head, it didn't look really good. So, yep, those are my trackers. By the way, this eraser that I use is one that came with my Tombow pens. So it's a Tombow eraser, just to let everybody know if you're interested. And now I moved on to my budget and my ideas. I decided not to do a whole brain dump, because lately I haven't been using it a lot. And not because I don't have a lot of ideas that I brain dump. However, I am one of those people that if I have a piece of paper and I write something down, I keep the paper. So it doesn't really necessarily mean that I don't put it on my bullet journal. It's just that I write notes everywhere. I have a bad habit of doing it. So in order for me to not kind of change 2 things at once, I'm still trying to do the tracker, you know, and then I was going to try to fill in my bullet journal with my ideas. I didn't want to do that. Plus, I'm already running out of pages, and I don't think I'm going to fit my December bullet journal in this one. I'm going to have to get more pages. So I decided to make it smaller. This is just ideas. This is my brain dump, but I just called it ideas because they are ideas. They are random ideas of everything that I do, from my bullet journal to my YouTube channel to my blog. It doesn't matter. All of it is and will go right here. But I've decided maybe I don't need 2 pages for my brain dump. Maybe I just need 1. And if I feel like I need 1 for the next month, then I'll make it a 2-page one. So yeah, that's the great thing about bullet journaling, is that you can change everything that you do in your bullet journal. And over here on my left hand side, I did do my budget tracker. I didn't do anything special on it, just wrote the simplest way to do a budget page. And then I'm moving on to my weekly spread, which has no candles because I don't want to overpower my candles or my chandeliers. They are very heavy to do. It does take a lot of effort to do them and to draw them out. So with this one, I focused on my hand lettering, as in the font that I picked, and I picked this Old English type. So I went ahead and I did the bold numbers, because you see a lot of the letters, but the numbers also have the same type of font, and I decided to showcase that here. I did a really long one because I have been really liking doing longer schedules, and I'll show you guys later. I'll post it on my Instagram just so that you can see how I do that. And yeah, that's it. My week 1, and of course my plan with me, and I am coloring in my little candlesticks, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't. Remember, I post every single week on Saturday at 9 o'clock, and I will see you guys then. Have a great week. Bye.